Good evening, Commissioners. I am a resident of District 3. I'm a business owner, and I'm a community volunteer. I'm a member of many organizations based here in the city of Fort Lauderdale, including the Fort Lauderdale Chamber and Midtown Business Association. When George first came to the city of Fort Lauderdale, and I started reading the articles about bubble gum on the sidewalk and his aggravation with that, I thought to myself, that's my kind of guy. And as time has gone by, I think George has really proven to me that he's the type of manager that other cities really envy. The things that I care about and the issues that I'm concerned about, George is concerned about. Those issues include economic development. For instance, George cares about the entire city. What I've found since I've lived in the city of Fort Lauderdale and I've had an opportunity to observe George is that George really gets out. George really tries to make a difference. George really does try to get to know the community and meet the residents and the people who make up the community. Another thing I care about, that George cares about, is being fiscally sound, and I think George has proven that to you with time and time again coming back with a balanced budget and one that makes sense for your approval. In addition to that, George believes in being responsive. All of the city departments that are over George's authority and supervision, those folks get right back with you. I can't really say that that happened consistently before George came, but I can tell you that it happens now, and it happens really very consistently. George sits in the hot seat constantly. This is a strong manager form of government. But sometimes you wouldn't necessarily know that. He's passionate about the work that he does. He is someone who really does try to do the right thing and not be driven by politics. I'm hoping that as you move forward, if you decide to keep George, which I hope that you will do, that you won't put a muzzle on him. I'm hoping that you will allow him to continue to do his job as you all set policy. I'm hoping that you will allow George to be the type of leader that this community has expressed that they're very proud of. We found that, and let me step back a second, I represent governmental entities, other municipalities, and I can tell you that I know a good city manager when I see one. And I think George, you found in George a really good city manager. No one's perfect, but he certainly does try to do the very best that he can do, and that's proven time and time again. In conclusion, Mayor, if I may, I am asking that you extend George's contract. I think that George, it's unfortunate that George is on the hot seat more than I think other city managers. A new commission comes in, he's on the hot seat. He disagrees with the police union, he's in the hot seat. He socializes or at least affiliates himself or communicates with the wrong people, he's in the hot seat. So just imagine what George could do if you allowed him to be the city manager and not have to worry constantly about keeping his job. Thank you for the time, Mayor.